Okay, we have this motor out. Now, this motor has some kind of rotten cloth wiring on it. It does have this big protective shield for going down through the body. I put these two screws back in because those screws are holding the coil onto the body of the motor. They're not mounting screws. So I guess this motor doesn't turn very easily, so I'm going to assume that it is completely unlubricated, and I'm going to start with removing these caps here, because I believe these are going to be lubrication. Yep, these are very burnt out or cruddy. Yeah, that's supposed to be a felt wick for the crusty grease in these grease cups. So gonna just have to oh yeah, there is a spring in there for that felt. Okay, so maybe that felt popped off its spring. But alright, well, I'm gonna fish around in there and get these cups degreased, and then take a moment here to get our two check our brushes and catch our spring caps. Oh, well, this brush is kind of trashed, so I don't know if we can see on that. It's got a very flat shape, not a cup at all, so it's going to have to get a little bit reformed to get into the rotor there. But I also think if I get this other brush out, there we go. Be careful that we don't, yeah, definitely some grease worked its way into this motor, so we'll need to get the rotor out and clean on that. Let's see, there must be a set screw on this. There we go. One set screw. And then there should be a pair on, yep, there's a second set screw here. Ah, and these aren't actually over tightened, which is nice. There's only two screws, so that should be enough to let that rotor fall out of there. wait, maybe there's that set screw as well. Okay, well, I guess I don't know how to get that rotor to drop out of there, so we're going to leave it in place, and I will have to clean this without pulling the rotor out, which is going to be not great, but I'd rather deal with it like that than accidentally smash this rotor pulling it out. So well, will definitely be Q-tips and alcohol down the brush holes and washing the brushes off, and then I'm gonna get these two screws in before we forget. So one of these set screws is chipped, so somebody tried to over tighten it and got it chipped in it on the head. So alright, well, I will fumble with these off screen and clean out these grease cups and then figure out what to do next. Alright, so I checked out the adjuster's manual, and this gear is supposed to be on a clutch, but as you can see, that clutch is not working. Because the machine is supposed to turn when that gear turns. In order to get that off, I believe there's a set screw in here, and I'm gonna have to get our clutch nut out. I cannot get that to turn. Well, there's supposed to be, according to the adjustment, this sleeve and then some set screws in here to get this out to see what's happening under there. So I guess I'm gonna have to maybe get the hand wheel on enough to turn it, and then from there find the set screws on this. well, I'm gonna get the set screws to put the hand wheel back on and then rotate this so I can get at that clutch. Alright, I have reapplied the hand wheel, and this clutch is not holding on this thing, but as you can see, rotate it and there's the couple set screws that hold it in place, or at least hold this collar on. And one, no. And it fell right through the bottom of the machine, so that's good. Now I think alright, well, I thought this whole sleeve was supposed to come off. Yeah, alright, the hand wheel set screws are not holding. It is coming out though. Alright. So yeah, according to the manual, this is supposed to come off the end there. So I'm going to keep Alright, well, yes, I'm gonna get out some more heat and penetrating fluid, because one of the things that the service manual says about why that clutch goes bad is that it be clogged with old grease, which would make sense because the motor on this had a bunch of old grease in it, and so there's no reason to expect the clutch to be any cleaner on that gear.